This episode of AI Success Cast is brought to you by the AI Success Club. Do you find yourself asking questions like, how do I keep up with all the new AI updates? How do I harness AI for my marketing? And how do I stay in my zone of genius? Visit AISuccessClub.com and start leveraging your AI copywriting and content creation skills for maximum profits.
Welcome to AI Success Cast, the quintessential podcast for entrepreneurs, marketers, and tech enthusiasts that shows you how to innovate, inspire, impact, and integrate the transformative power of artificial intelligence into your businesses and professional life. This is where technology meets human ambition. The future of AI becomes an accessible reality, and listeners like you are empowered to rewrite your success story in the age of AI. Be sure to visit our website at AISuccessCast.com, and while you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now get your notepad ready, make yourself comfortable, and prepare to be powerfully prompted toward profit. All right, everybody, we are back inside the AI Success Cast. I'm Andy O'Brien. It's great to have you along once again. And we are today with Connie Ragen Green, who is a former classroom teacher and real estate appraiser who left it all behind to come online in 2006 as the best-selling author of more than 25 books, independent publisher, international speaker, and online entrepreneur. Connie serves others on 6 continents by helping new authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs to build their own lucrative online businesses. Connie is also active with several nonprofits, including Rotary International, the Boys and Girls Club, Zonta, and Sea International. Connie Ragen Green, it's great to have you. Thanks so much for being a guest here.
Thank you so much, Andy. I'm thrilled to be here. Very exciting what you're doing.
Well, it's a labor of love, you know. And I'll tell you, I mean, I know what it feels like to get into the online biz back in the early 2000s. I did the same thing, and it's what's happening right now is almost, it seems really familiar to what was happening back then. You know, I mean, the internet was booming, and people were all kind of jumping on board and seeing what checking to see what they could do to fit into the niche. And so I guess my first question is, what happened with you when you saw AI first come on the scene? What was kind of your aha moment with all that?
All right. So, and I do kind of, compare it to back in the early 2000s because there was a lot of fear about, computers and the internet and this and that. So I think with AI, I was seeing a lot of fear, and I don't have that fear. Instead, I want to take a look and see how this might be helpful to me or not. And so I took a look, and I didn't do anything until you and Denise Wakeman started the AI Success Club. And I was one of the first people. I don't know what number I was, but I'm sure I was in the first 25 people, let's say, to come aboard, because Denise was one of the first people who helped me get started back in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was learning about you, getting to know you, and I thought, okay, I'm going to jump in. And the truth is, so I guess that was February 2023. I started that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't get my ChatGPT account until I went in and you had prepared some information and told us what to do and this and that. That's when I first did it. And a lot of other people had already done it, and I just hadn't. So I went in and I took a look, and I thought, well, this seems very interesting, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, if anything, and how it could be helpful to me.
Mm-hmm.
So in the coming couple of months, everything shifted for me. I got going with it, and now I use AI at least 5 days a week, I'm going to say, for my business, not just for silly stuff, for my business.
And you were a founding member, and we really appreciate that. It's it was so cool, bringing so many people on early, and we were all really kind of getting our sea legs with it, and it kind of working together on it all. And it was, it was great to have you jump on, and it's just been quite an adventure, seeing all the new developments. So what are you doing now? Because I am a subscriber to your emails, and I don't know how you do it, because your emails are some of the best reading, and you do it like it's daily, isn't it?
Well, yes, I only do it daily now. I was doing it 10 times a week, but now I only do it 7 times a
Wow.
week.
And it,
So if you get the newsletter style.
yeah, yeah. And I don't think you veered off of that particular format, or, I mean, you keep it real, and you are, you go with what works, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I really feel like this business is a gift from God. I was exhausted from my life before and never more than maybe 6 months ahead with money in the bank. And I thought, I have to give this a try. So here I am. So most of what I do is around content. So I do a lot of blogging. I have 3 different blogs. I had my first blog that's now my name blog, ConnieRagenGreen.com. And then a couple years later, 2 different mentors recommended that they said, you're the person making, big profit with a small list. So you should write about that on a blog. So I did. And that became my first book. I blogged my first book. And I kept the website. I didn't close it down, the blog. So I still have that one. Then I started a third one in the summer of 2019 because I wanted to start writing personal stories, and kind of a side area that I'm getting more and more involved in is screenwriting and script. And that's becoming really a big part of my life, and it's really exciting. So every day I'm manipulating content is how I think of it, which means I do lots and lots of original writing, but then I am using PLR, private label rights content,
Right.
and AI comes into all of that. So I take a look at something, and also I do short reports, that I teach people how to do short reports. So I have a short report I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be about list building, and it's based on PLR. But then I go into AI and I use the prompts that you're providing and prompts that I come up with that have made sense to me.
Right.
And it ends up being completely rewritten with a different slant, a different perspective, and one that will really be very appealing to people that come into my world, into my list.
So is there a certain tool or tools that you like to use that are, AI in nature, or are you just using ChatGPT, or?
I'm using just ChatGPT. And when I do it as an example for my students and clients, I use the free version because I have too many people that over the years, they say, well, if you're willing to pay something, then you can do it. And I want to show them that actually with the free version, you can do a whole lot. So may I give you an example that was from yesterday?
Absolutely.
Great. So in my group, I have mentoring programs, 2 different programs. And in the one group, it's almost all people that are pretty new, or maybe they've been online for many years, but they haven't done anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I had them do, I said, I want you to make friends. So I was a teacher. So the idea is the first day of school, you have to have a friend,
Yeah.
and then your day is a success. You'll go back the second day. So I had them connect with someone, and some people did it 2 times because they wanted to do that. And they were going to write a post for each other's blog. So that way you get lots of visibility and this and that. And I was going to promote all of them. So people were doing this. And in the one case, one man, his niche is online income, making money online for people that are brand new to doing that, people who've never made money. The other man, his niche is survival and preparedness. So those 2 things feel like they really are not related.
Right.
And the man that contacted me, he was the one writing about what you can do as a brand new person online and this and that, affiliate marketing and all that. He said, the other man told me his name. He said, he sent me this article. It's all about fire starting and water purifying and survival. And he said, I just don't think I can post that on my blog. I don't know. And I said, well, is there a connection? And he said, well, I guess you have to get started and prepare for a business, I guess. And I said, well, okay. Have you put it through AI? Well, he had, but I'm not even sure what kind of prompts he was using or what, because he showed me what he got. He got pretty much the same thing the man had written, just kind of reworded. Maybe he said to rewrite it.
Uh-huh.
So I went in and I said, here, let me do it. And I said, I'll email you back in a half hour. He said, what will happen in a half hour? I said, well, I'll be finished. And so he was shocked because we're talking like a 1,500 word article approximately. So I went into AI and I took that survival article information that was very good, very informative, and I had ChatGPT redo it completely. New outline, new ideas, new bullet point, new article. And the result was really quite amazing. And it took me 20 minutes. And then I emailed the man back and I didn't hear from him. So I don't know. He probably thought it was one of my clones reaching out to him. But this is an example. So the result will be that the other man's article won't appear the way it was, but it was based on PLR anyway. So his feelings won't be hurt. But he will get credit for sharing an article with the man I was speaking with.
Nice.
And the result was I learned a lot about the topic and about the prompt, because I think by asking for outlines many times, that really helped me with blog posts and then having it kind of go down the path. So first you have your topic and what the information you're going to share. Then you have it do an outline. Then you have it break down that outline a little more. And then you have it finally write an article based on that final outline that you like. And it honestly only takes 15 to 20 minutes to do this.
Amazing, Connie. And what I love about this is that the learning curve is very fast.
Very fast.
It's so much. Obviously, there's going to be so many different nuances and different ways, advanced techniques and all this stuff. But to just do what you need to do as a content marketer, there really aren't a lot of, it's not that bad, to pick up on it, right?
That's right. That's right. And, I write a lot of books. I love writing books. I was a non-writer when I came online. I was someone that was a teacher for 20 years, but I didn't do much of my own writing at all. Sometimes a year would pass, I wouldn't do my own writing. And I came online and I thought, boy, I have to create content. That's what this is all about for emails and blog posts and product and courses and things. So with my book, the first one that I used AI in was one that I published, let me see, February. You know what? Maybe it was the end of the month of when I came into the AI Success Club. So it's a book called Self-Directed. It's how to empower yourself to the greatness that lies within. And I was, new in the club, new at really jumping into ChatGPT to use that. And I thought, you know what? There are concepts I've written about in the book that I wish I knew more about. And so that's where I went. The book ended up about 5% AI. People loved the book. And it's kind of funny. It's almost like when I started using PLR for the first time, when people would compliment my blog post or my short report, it almost hurt my feelings because it wasn't mine. And with the self-directed book, they're saying, wow, so many things. You went so deep, so much information. So I have another book now that's going to be finished in the next 3 days. And it's a marketing book. And it's called Marketing in Your Underwear, stripping down to the basics of sales and persuasion.
Oh, I love that.
But that book, yeah. And then I had to find a cover image for it. And I found a lady tastefully wearing like pajamas. So like long underwear, we'll call it. I thought about that later. But in the book, I used AI. I went in, I got so much additional information and about people that have been legendary in different areas of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And so much information. It just makes the book a better book than it would have been. And again, my goal is to have probably with this one, probably less than 10%, because it's okay. Amazon is fine with it and everything, but I still want it mostly my writing and my stories that I like to share and things like that. But I just, it wouldn't be possible for me to have as much insight and see things from as many perspectives, points of view on my own. It wouldn't be, and I'm not, like downplaying my ability to do things, but AI is just a game changer because overnight I'm able to ask it questions and it comes back with things that make me say, oh, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I love it.
And you've written more than 25 books, and now in your bio, it says you're an independent publisher. So this is a non-AI question. How do you get those? Can you tell me more about that? You being an independent publisher?
All right. Well, I guess it's just a fancy way of saying that I self-publish. But what I did was I went over to Bowker, and that's the company in the US that distributes the ISBN numbers,
Yeah.
right? And every country has its own. And I bought a block of 1,000 of them because, you save. But my thought was, I want to make sure that I have enough of these under my publishing name, which is Hunter's Moon Publishing, which is just a domain that I bought at a couple of page website that I set up. And I thought, I want to make sure that I have enough for every book that I'll write, because for every book you write, you need more than one ISBN.
Right.
And that's the international standard book number for people that don't know that. But like for because now they do hardcover. They started doing hardcover about a year ago. And so you need, for the Kindle version, the ebook version, for the paperback, for the hardcover. And then if you do something on Audible, things like that, and they're doing fun things with Audible. So it was very, very simple. And it makes sure that the book has my publishing imprint, because it's free to do this on Amazon to publish your book with them, but you don't want them to assign an ISBN necessarily.
Okay. Interesting.
And you can buy 10 ISBNs. I think you can even buy 1 or 2, but you'll save some money if you buy 10 or 25 or something. You'll have them.
Now, do you do this only for yourself or for other people too?
I've done it for other people over the years. I haven't done it in the last few years. It's very time consuming, and so I have to charge them kind of accordingly. So I'm always open to doing it with someone that I've connected with online or in person.
Right.
But I haven't gone after clients for that in a few years and everything. And I've been publishing a couple of books every year over this time. But I think with this marketing book, I think I'm okay to do less than one a year. And I'm saying that, but I might feel differently. I might feel like I have that need to write a book because, now with AI, I feel that I can approach topics in a way that it'll really kind of, I know people use that word elevate maybe too much, but I still like that word. I think it'll elevate my status, that people will see me more as a thinker, as a thought leader, as someone that is very, very knowledgeable in a way that couldn't be figured out without AI.
Right. That makes sense. And that's one of the reasons why I asked, because I wanted to circle back to AI with that question, because there's so many authors are sprouting up now because they feel empowered to use AI to write. Whereas before AI came along, it was like blank page, I'm going to put it off, but now I feel like there are a lot of, budding authors that are really coming into their own now.
Definitely. And I think the only advice I would give people is make sure to read every single word of what AI comes up with for you, as you would if you're using private label rights content. Because I always say I learn from the private label rights content I buy first, and then I use it. I repurpose it. But you have to read every word, because I find sometimes they're saying you're this, that should have been you, or there, or something. So it's kind of some confusion with that. Sometimes the wording is a bit awkward. And that's when then you can feel empowered to use your writing skills to go in and rewrite complete paragraph.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a nice merging of human and AI to create, things that you may not have thought of to even put in a book, much less an article or a blog,
Yeah. And with writing email, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. People I work with, many of them are stuck on that idea of writing an email. What do I say? And so then I say, well, what do you want to say? What do you want to share? Well, I'd like to tell them, what I've been doing and this and that. So I have them, tell me, and then I say, okay, then just go into ChatGPT and just ask it to do that. And the emails are wonderful, and you can ask to do it. And this I learned from you, Andy. We asked to do it in different conversational style, or geared toward entrepreneurs and business owners, or for people interested. Like with the self-directed book, I was looking for information for personal development, self-improvement, and personal growth, things like that. And sometimes it's kind of funny, because one of them I said to do it in a casual way, as though you're talking to a friend. And part of it said like, "Hey, dude, how's it going?" or something like that. From what I found humorous, but I thought, well, that's kind of what I asked for. So then I said, make it, slightly more business-like.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. Well, you're a great person to be showing people how to write emails because yours are incredible. I mean, I look forward to yours every day.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored.
Because you're such a storyteller in there, and I don't know how you are able to come up with these on the fly so consistently.
Well, sometimes I come up with them because now, I'm doing some script writing, screenplays, that kind of thing. And sometimes I have an idea at 3 a.m. And it used to be, I would say, no, 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 I need my sleep so I'll be fresh the next day.
Right.
I had to throw that out the window. I now have a notebook by the bed. I have a light by the bed. I write down my ideas and stuff. So right now I'm doing a promotion where I'm coming up with a new, I call it a special bonus, not just a bonus, a new one every single day. Those ideas are coming in the middle of the night. And I'm going, yeah, that could be a good one. And I just write just enough, so I'll have it. And then the next day, then that story comes out. Because I think the truth is, we all have so many stories.
Yeah.
And those stories really, that's how they get to know us. That storytelling is so important. And I think with AI, that's the part, that's the human part, our stories. But I know I'm doing some AI with fiction writing. Is there
really?
Yes. And it was something I had tried to do on my own, and it was okay. But I thought, no, I really need a little more structure, a little more guidance. And so I did. And now it's just really quite amazing. The stories. I did one that was a science fiction, and that isn't my genre at all. I'm not really even a true, Star Trek or any science fiction fan.
Yeah.
But I had it do one, and it was so interesting that what ChatGPT came back with prompted me to ask more questions. Like they were training me. It was pretty funny. And so I had this whole world that was created and these characters, and then this happened. And then it said, and then this character is going to go on and do this. And I said, but wait, what if this character goes this other direction? And it was really very interesting. And I turned that in as a writing project for a group that I'm in, a writing group I'm in, where the leader of that group is in science fiction. And I said, yeah, I just wanted to share this with the group. This was my conversation with my friend, ChatGPT.
It's such a creative partner,
It is. It is.
You bounce ideas off of it and you have conversations with it. It's just, man.
So for anybody as a child who had like an invisible friend, so I had an elf named Tippy. I don't know where I got Tippy from, but that was my kind of invisible friend. Everything. If you ever had an invisible friend, now you can have one that can help you build a business or write books or screenplays or anything that you want to do. And there it is.
Yeah. Oh man. And who knows what's going to even happen a week from now with all this, it's just so fast. It's moving so quickly. So
yeah, I think people can embrace it. Yeah. People have to I think we only can have, fear that might, like you don't cross the street without looking both ways or something like that. But I think with technology, I think we have to embrace it and jump in and find people like you and Denise and join the AI Success Club and be part of something so that if you have a question here, if you have an issue, you have somebody to reach out to, pretty quickly, pretty easily.
For those of you listening, I did not ask Connie to promote the AI Success Club. She's doing that all on her own. No, I really appreciate that. And actually, I'd like to reciprocate by if someone came up to you and you had never met them before, like where would you send them to go to learn more about you?
To my name, we call it our name site. It's ConnieRagenGreen.com. And green is like the color, no E on the end. And Ragen is a misspelling of King Lear's daughter. It's Ragen. Interesting. That's where you'll find me. Or on Twitter /X/Connie Green. I'm very busy over there every day. Oh, because I've turned my list into something, and you see it in my emails where I say, here's the Twix, that's the Twitter X. So I send people there so they can see the beautiful images and they can find out what else is going on today. And it took me a year to train my list that this was an easier way, and I did it because I was consistent. I wouldn't let up.
I know everyone's up to speed on on your activities. So that's good. Well, Connie Ragen Green, I really appreciate you joining us on the AI Success Cast. And everyone is going to have links on the page so they can go check you out in all these places. So we'll get that all situated. And we really appreciate you being a club member too. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Andy. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for tuning into AI Success Cast, where you gain the tips, tools, and tactics that prompt you to easily innovate, inspire, impact, and integrate the transformative power of artificial intelligence in your business and professional life. Remember to visit our website at aisuccesscast.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on AI Success Cast.